7 Abuja. Amúlùdùn dé o. Ẹ má mí ṣe o. Mẹ̀sí gbọ̀kú.
Did you miss out on the news during the week? Not to worry. A retrospect is here to make up.
Citizen FM 93.7, July 15, 2025, and we're looking at news across Africa. We've seen reports from different countries: Cameroon, DRC, where again? Kenya. That Kenya story, yeah. I'm seeing reactions already. You guys should calm down. It's not every time we talk about other countries, the next thing that comes to your mind is Japa. You want to Japa to Kenya to be careful though. Just be careful. Yeah, but yes, right now you can. Once you're an African, once you have an African passport, you can travel to Kenya for a certain period of time. If you're from Nigeria, you can go visa-free for at least 60 days. If you're from Ghana, you can go stay there for about 90 days visa-free. So do your research very well before you set out, so that it will not be like raindrops falling from the sky. Alrighty, people, let's see. What else can we find news across Africa? Remember that meeting that was held in the White House a couple of days ago, featuring some African country presidents and Donald Trump. Yeah, I think it was, what day was it? 7 to 11. Yeah, I think it was 7 to 11 of July. So the US president made a remark, and that sort of caught media attention. He asked the president of Liberia where he learned his English from. Remember that story? Okay. There's a reaction now to it. The person who was asked how he was so fluent in English has said he does not have any problem with the president of USA asking him where he learns his own English from. That in fact, if anything, he felt honored. So he said, no offense taken at all. He didn't think it was out of place that the president of USA made that kind of remark about him, regarding his English fluency, which is actually his native language. The comment from the US president has even led to the creation of a popular tribute song in Liberia. Anyway, what a lot of people don't know is that Liberians speak very good English. In fact, English language is considered their first language. And when he was asked the question, it was kind of awkward. It was very awkward. He even had to explain that he received his education in Liberia and all of that. Anyway, he said he took no offense. So, nobody should overflog it. Let's just get over it. So the president of US asked, he said it's fine, and that's done. So can we sheath our swords now? People who are crying more than the bereaved and going on and on about how that, why should the US president be asking the president of Liberia that kind of question about English proficiency? Don't you do your research? Don't you know Liberia was colonized by USA? Anyway, y'all should just calm down now, okay? The person gun that they are said he's fine, so can we rest now? So let's take this last story from Liberia, as we're hearing that dozens of migrants that were held for ransom by a criminal gang in Libya have been released from captivity. It was relief. everybody felt like, oh my God, that's finally happened. There were actually migrants that were kidnapped by a gang of traffickers and they've been freed from captivity. How many people? We're talking over 100, including 5 women. They've been held for ransom in Ajdabiya. Yeah, I got it right. They've been held for a while now in Ajdabiya, and the country's attorney general said they'd been trafficked and tortured in a bid to force their families to pay for their release. Officials say 5 suspected traffickers from Libya, Sudan, and Egypt have been arrested in connection with that kidnapping. Many migrants, try to cross from Africa to Europe, and Libya is always a route. Last week, the Greek parliament approved a 3-month suspension of asylum claims for migrants arriving by sea from Libya because there was a dramatic surge in Mediterranean crossings, and that has sort of overwhelmed reception facilities on the island of Crete. And the emergency measure has drawn criticism from human rights groups and the United Nations. If you remember yesterday, I took the story of how that the IOC boss said she thinks that it may not be the right move in the right direction if countries are, getting stiffer with their entry requirements and all of that. Maybe they can, of course, say, we're going to limit who comes into our country, but it shouldn't be so uptight as what we're having in recent times. Look at Kenya, for instance. It's visa-free travel now for, in fact, all African countries and some Caribbean countries. What if we had that for the rest of the world? Anyway, thank you very much for staying with us. It's been an interesting one. News across Africa. 8 o'clock, we'll be bringing you newspaper headlines today on Citizen FM 93.7. Do stay with us.
This is Evangelist Professor Ebenezer Obey. I also enjoy listening to Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Please keep on listening to the soul of the nation. Thank you.
Olúwami, ó jáde lọ láti ṣe iṣẹ́ o.